Hey, this is Temmy.
And Rory.
Before you listen to the first episode of Niggas Eatin, we just wanted to point out some errors we made in the episode. I said Robert Ailes, and I meant to say Roger Ailes as the former Fox CEO.
And I said we vote on November 4th when it's November 8th. As you can see, we're off to a great start.
Yep, we just wanted to give a second to share those ones. So, enjoy.
Yep.
That is wild shit, man. Yeah, the only other thing is we don't really have an intro. Besides, look how fucking stupid he looks.
I mean, that's what's conspiracy, because, like, come on. That's a cover book. It's the sell. You trying to sell. This nigga's trying to make it rich.
Yeah, he is. And I mean, you know what? Fuck it. That's a good idea.
But the way that he's marketing it and the way that people are eating it up is, oh my God, Trump is it. We gotta get him out. Impeach. He's so stupid. It's just like, this nigga's just trying to get his coin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Y'all blowing this shit out of proportion.
And the thing is, though, listen.
You gotta say your 20% line, even if 20% of it is.
Yeah, just like, that's what I was getting to. Like, the excerpt I read in the New Yorker was so good. Like, it was so entertaining that I forgot, that most of this is probably not true. And there was only a couple things that like helped me reframe and remind me that, oh, this is more entertainment and is probably more salacious than,
Is actually
than it should be, and probably less accurate than I thought. However, despite that, I think even if only 20% of that book is true, it's enough to kind of confirm everything has believed about him, whether you're, liberal.
Are we recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the episode?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the episode? Oh, man. Welcome to Niggas Eatin with your hosts, Rory and
Temmy. This is the Inaugural podcast.
Yes. That is the greatest joke.
Oh
that is the key. That's the greatest joke.
This is the Inaugural podcast.
So what are we eating today?
I'm eating some fried rice that I made with a brand new wok. What about you?
I had some top ramen, and, that's my financial situation right now, as you can tell by the quality of this podcast.
That's some good quality. You got the one in the bag with little spices?
Yeah.
And shit? Mm-hmm.
What is it? I can't say their name. I don't know if they're going to get us, but, that the orange bag.
The ramen joint.
The ramen joint that you get for, it's 10 for like 5 cents.
10 for 10. 100 for $1.
But I got all these oils and shit, like sesame oil and all that.
Yeah, you fix it up.
I fix it up.
You whip it up.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah?
And we're going to start
like
the
X-Files
episode
and shit?
No. Well,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going to start the podcast off with talking about Michael Wolff's new book, Fire and Fury.
Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump's White House. And I'll just say by the cover, if you check this out, I know anybody who's listening to this does not watch the news. But if you check the cover out, they got the
Why are you insulting our lack of an audience?
They got the goofiest picture of Donald Trump. He's halfway in saying grab him by the pussy in this photo. But Michael Wolff, he's a reporter
for The Hollywood Reporter, which is, the quality of
he's a serious journalist,
yes.
guys. All right.
Yeah.
He's like Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford and All the President's Men.
Mm-hmm. All the President's Men. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you have read the excerpt that was posted by
The New Yorker. Yeah.
I haven't read nothing. I've seen some interviews, and I'm just like, oh man.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I read the excerpts in the New Yorker, and it was funny because I didn't know what I was expecting to read, and immediately I just fell into it. I just fell into what he was talking about. He set the picture like inauguration night. Melania's crying, Trump Jr.'s going, what do we do? Ivanka's like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to do shit. And Donald Trump's standing there like, oh shit, this is not what I wanted. Steve Bannon's fucking, gripping his balls going, I can't wait to get in this bitch. And it just goes on to say like how goofy and how crazy off his ass this dude is, and how enabling everybody in Trump's team around him is, which at this point, a year into his presidency, is not surprising to anybody. It just confirms things.
So hold up, we gotta. So the picture that he painted on election night when Trump won, he's painting the picture that Trump didn't want to win.
Trump didn't want to win, nah.
So that's the first conspiracy.
Yeah.
Is that, because, all of these things, he's running because he
was slighted by Obama at the correspondence dinner.
And then he wants to redo everything that Obama's did. So, like...
Undo it.
Michael Wolff's argument is that he just...
Well, what he did say too was that he was talking to the former chief of Fox News, Robert Ailes.
Okay.
And him and Robert Ailes were talking throughout the whole campaign, and basically the idea was that once Trump loses the election, he was sure of it. He's like, once I lose, Ailes is gonna front a cable company for me. So now Trump can have all the attention that he's always wanted. This is where this book kind of falls apart in terms of believability. Like, realistically, less than half of this book is actually true. Maybe 20% if we're lucky.
And we have the right opinion because he read an excerpt and I have no idea. I've never read a sentence on this book.
We're going on gut feelings, which, mind you, that's what Trump does.
Yeah, see, this is why. Because this is the line that liberals have had on Trump. And this is what Hillary Clinton was doing in the DNC leaks, where it was just like, we're going to put these Pied Piper candidates up. And...
Wait, what you mean?
So the DNC leaks, the Clinton team wanted to put... like the Pied Piper, like the jokesters, like the most ridiculous people. Ben Carson, Ted Cruz, and Trump were on that list. And it's just like...
So the Goombas, the dudes who clearly don't fit.
Yeah, so propping him up and just letting him say the stupidest things, to bolster viewership, obviously, in terms of the news and stuff like that.
So what you're trying to say is Hillary Clinton orchestrated Donald Trump's run in presidency?
Yeah.
And how did they do that? Is that through...
So part of the leaks was... and this is, again, going back to the whole Bernie Sanders scandal and why, Trump, the announcement of a Trump speech, the news stations would hold on an empty podium for
45 minutes.
45 minutes. And, Bernie Sanders in some sold-out stadium somewhere, like...
Right.
Was that the Clinton, obviously, especially through W. Wasserman Schultz, had connections with the media outlets. And so, pump him up.
The fake news and whatnot.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, a lot of the news outlets donors.
We're going to cover it, yeah.
We're donors to the Clinton campaign and this and that. But,
so, all this is, how'd you find this out? Because that, somebody might say that's not real.
Oh, that's WikiLeaks.
So, this is the WikiLeaks stuff?
Part of them, yeah.
With the DNC. The same WikiLeaks that Russia probably leaked to WikiLeaks or helped WikiLeaks attain to release? Makes you think, huh?
Well, I guess we're talking about conspiracies. But the thing that, I don't know when this episode is going to air, but Monday the 9th of January, Trump
8th,
is...
I think. Yeah.
The 8th. Trump is apparently going to go on television someplace. I don't know if it's like a White House press briefing or on Fox News or something.
It's probably Fox News.
And apparently he's going to do the top 5 or top 10 worst news sites, fake news outlets.
What?
Yeah, it was so okay. So
like, why?
It was Wednesday or Thursday, and Trump tweeted about his little big nuke button.
Yeah. I got the bigger button.
Yeah, and then immediately after that, he tweeted, "Tune in to Sean Hannity," and I was just like, "Oh, let me tune into Sean Hannity."
Says no one ever,
except for me, because I want to know what's going on. So this entire episode with Sean Hannity. I'm telling you, this man was slob-knobbing Donald Trump from the beginning. Oh my God, he's so good. Like, it was written like Trump wrote it. Like something that Trump actually wrote that he would say about himself. That's how Sean Hannity was writing. Every time they went to commercial, Sean Hannity is like, we have this big Trump announcement, this and that. And then he said, TikTok. and Trump is on I got the big button, and it's TikTok. It's like, oh man, he's gonna nuke South Korea or North Korea at the end of the Sean Hannity show. And the big announcement ended up being that Trump was going to count down the top.
He's going to give us his top 10 list?
His top 10 list for the fake news outlets.
Yeah. Listen, man, I think he's a little late because we're 6 days into the new year. You do the top 10 list before the end of the year.
Hey, you know what? But it's the year. It's coming up on the year. It's coming up on the year of his president. When he actually
inauguration.
The inauguration, yeah. But so this comes out. And it's like you were saying about the gorillas and all of this. It's just a lot of it is just so cartoonishly over the top.
Sure.
And it, like you said, it was written in an entertaining way.
Right.
Like, Trump is going to, especially now that because of the Trump campaign was deteriorating, and because of the DNC leaks as well. All of the faith in the media is sort of slowly deteriorating, and this book comes out right before he's going to do his top fake news outlet. It's just it's so convenient for Trump just to this is all BS, and
right.
But at the same time, it's just if this was, what is the purpose of this book? I mean, obviously that man's making coin. McAwolf, he's getting his coins.
He's gonna get it. They pushed up the book release 5 days because Trump sent out a cease and desist order from Steve Bannon about the remarks Steve Bannon said in the book, which he essentially said, Trump is dumb, he's an actual idiot, and he doesn't read, and that Jared Kushner is a dumb idiot. Wow, I spoke Trump just there. He's bigly dumb.
He's bigly dumb.
They're both bigly dumb. So he sent a cease and desist order out. The publisher said, bet, we're going to push this out on Friday. We're trying to make this money.
And this loops back to what I was saying about how the liberals are handling Trump, is that you make a whole lot of noise about how dumb and stupid Trump is. And this is the same thing that we did with George W. Bush. But nobody's doing anything. You know what I mean? I mean, there are pockets, like Black Lives Matter, and then, anti-prison groups are still, doing their thing. But, in terms of, if you look at the tax bill that was recently voted on and passed, Elizabeth Warren was in that with them handwritten, half the bill is handwritten, and she's in her office on Twitter Live or something, and she's like, oh my God, well, how can our government run on handwritten things, and we have to vote on this 500-page document in 3 hours, and it's pull the fire alarm or something. You said you requested to block the, to wait the weekend to read it, pull the file, call in a bomb threat, House of Cards, some shit, you know what I mean? It's nothing. They just bow over, and it's just the Republicans and Trump are playing this meta game of politics where they're doing things legally, or even if it's legally tenuous, but the rule book is out, and the Democrats are well, the preservation of the sanctity of the government, and it's dog, people are going to get kicked out of the country. But hate crimes have risen, right? He just screwed everybody with this tax bill, and it's just y'all are still talking about, well, we have to be cordial and da-da-da. And it's nah, you fight dirty. If you want to stop this, you got to fight dirty. And this book is just it's not even fighting dirty, because it's no. Everybody knows he's a buffoon. Right. And the people who believe in him and this and that, they're going to say that this is the book. No, but they're going to think that this is another liberal attack from the Hollywood Reporter on Trump. And so it doesn't really do anything.
But isn't it kind of fucked up? Because, again, however much of this book is true or not, Trump got his wish. The United States is his TV show now.
That's the other, that's what the Sean Hannity, when I'm talking about Sean Hannity, he promoted Sean Hannity right after talking about Kim Jong-un.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at the top of the episode of Sean Hannity is I'm gargling the balls, he swallow, you know what I'm saying? It was...
Finger in the asshole.
Yeah, and it's just we make fun of North Korea for its state-sponsored, media, and then all hail the leader, and it's just dog...
What do you think this is?
Dog. Transition time. Now a word from our sponsors. Do you have back pain? Do your feet hurt?
Your eyes? Can you see out of your eye? Are you blind?
We try.
Tussin. Your feet hurt? Rub some tussin on it.
Oh, man.
Your back hurt? Rub some tussin on it. You can't see? Well, shit, don't put tussin in your eyes. That won't help.
I was going to say jack off, but okay. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to Niggas Eatin. What are we talking about next, Rory?
Well, it's a conspiracy theory that I have that Black Panther is going to be the last time black people are going to be amiable to one another. It was December, Ta-Nehisi Coates showed his ass. No, wrong. It was December that Cornel West showed his ass, and he said Ta-Nehisi Coates fetishizes white supremacy, and he's a neoliberal shill, blah, 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 blah. And
some spicy words.
Oh my God. The next day, Ta-Nehisi Coates tweeted a whole thread of like counterpoints to West. And it doesn't matter who these people are in reality. Like, everybody knows Cornel West wasn't invited to.
He's got the hair, man. That's what it is. don't even say that. Yeah, Cornel West from The Matrix with the hair, right?
Oh man,
that's all you need to know. It's not like he's been teaching at Harvard.
No. But I'm saying, like the line of Cornel West is just mad that he wasn't invited to the inauguration or whatever, the ball, whatever.
That's why he's
Obama. That's why he's always hated Obama and this and that.
Okay.
And Ta-Nehisi Coates, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter like all the backstory about it, but the argument being made by West saying that like if we want freedom, and Dr. King, I'm free and somebody else isn't free, then I'm still not free. You have to free everybody. If we want freedom, we need to get rid of neoliberalism. And Ta-Nehisi Coates, just like Obama's bad. He droned an American citizen extra legally. He exacerbated the surveillance state. He didn't really do anything for police. Black Lives Matter, did come up underneath him. There was a spike in police brutality and all of this. Like, but he's a good guy. You see him dab. You see him on the Colbert Report.
He did dab, and he invited Kendrick and Lupe and Chance
Beyonce and
Common
and all of these people.
Yeah,
and it's just like he did good. He was a good president. For the standards of a president, he did good. And West's point is like, well, we need to investigate what that means in terms of if a black man goes into this white supremacist space and he maintains white supremacy, do we really need to celebrate that, right?
Sure.
And so people were, that was the best part. What got me really excited about this, oh my God, this was so beautiful. Richard Spencer, the neo-Nazi, alt-right guy.
The dude who got punched in the face? He got
at the women's or the inauguration, he got punched in the face. And
man,
everybody made a meme. Oh man. Eye of the Tiger, bop, 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 bop. Oh man. That was beautiful.
It was a really beautiful moment. So dude gets punched in the face, Richard Spencer.
And he goes on Twitter and he's like, he retweets from Cornel West Twitter the link to the article, which was in The Guardian. And he said, yep. And so people wild out. They're just like, oh, well, fuck Cornel West because, this neo-Nazi is agreeing with him and this and that. But they didn't take the step, Timmy. They did not take the step to say, but he agreed with Cornel West that Ta-Nehisi Coates fetishizes white supremacy and doesn't really do much to challenge it structurally. Like, he doesn't offer any solutions. He's just like, this is what it is.
Right.
Well,
my whole thing about that was, he's a writer. Is he supposed to go on the front lines and like yell "fuck the police" and whatnot? Not to say that he shouldn't, but like,
So the thing about that is, though, obviously everything is political. Does that make sense? Meaning, you can write about, as Ta-Nehisi Coates does, you can write about, for example, the reparations thing.
Yeah, case
That's
reparations.
an inherently political thing to do.
Sure.
Even, if he's doing it in, housing and he's charting it through housing and this and that, that's still political because the way that we, do housing in this country is as backwards, where we have enough houses to stop homelessness, to give everybody a roof over their head, but then because banks and greed and all this shit, like, it's like, no, they can suffer on the streets, and then we put in spikes on the street and all that. But to go back, if he has a platform and he's putting ideas out, the way in which his ideas come across is important. So even if he's not supposed to say, well, this is my tax reform bill and this is my
Okay.
It's still like, I'm talking about what blackness means in America, and that's a very inherently political thing. And so it's worth investigating. So even though he's not like a politician, even though he's not at that level, he needs to do that, right? So people were split between Team West and Team Coates. But then I have a feeling in my bones. Black Panther comes out in March, right?
February.
February.
It's coming around.
May, June, summertime, somewhere around the summertime.
When it gets hot again.
When it gets hot again, Farrakhan is gonna die. I know it in my mouth. Farrakhan is gonna die.
The Reverend, revered Louis Farrakhan. Honorable
Louis Farrakhan of the Nation of Islam, who assassinated Malcolm X. He's gonna die. And I think that is going to be a catalyst for people to tear themselves apart. For black people just to be like, draw the line. Conservative black people gotta go. Liberal black people gotta. These communist black people gotta go. It's just gonna be, everybody's gonna be in a camp.
Where the Onks stand.
Onks are probably in the conservative camp. Onk nigga, all these things.
Okay.
All these different types of black people. They're just gonna go at it over the legacy of Dr. Is he a doctor?
He maybe. I don't know.
Of Farrakhan.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be wild. Black people are gonna tear themselves apart, and the race riot is gonna start with a black civil war.
Wow.
And then black people are gonna get over their shit. We're gonna reconvene. It's gonna be stronger, united black people, and we're gonna say this shit needed to happen last year because fuck them niggas in the White House and the alt-right shit. And that's when the race riot's gonna start, and then America's gonna crumble in like 2024.
It got cold. What?
Okay, so that's my conspiracy theory. So, do you want to take a break first? And then go on to the last
that's a wild one, so we should take a break.
Okay. I don't know what we're using for transitional material, but welcome back to Niggas Eatin. And this is our final segment with our final conspiracy theory, which is concocted by our very own foreign correspondent, Timmy.
All right, now we heard a pretty interesting theory right here. Now, I have one for you. A lot of people out there use social media. My favorite's Instagram. And I came across a beautiful Instagram called CMU Got Wild, which is Central Michigan University Gone Wild. This is a party school. I was just watching like 19-year-old white kids get fucked up. I'm talking about like chugging entire bottles of wine, doing flip cups off no booty white girls. In all of the videos, the one commonality behind everything was Lil Pump's Gucci Gang.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chains. My bitch love do cocaine.
Parties outside on the tailgates. They're playing Gucci Gang. They're playing EDM trap. They're playing trap EDM. That is the cutoff point for me. I'm like, I am an old ass nigga now, cause that song is wild. It's catchy. I'll give him that. That shit is catchy, but the song is literally Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
My bitch love to cocaine.
Like LaDon said, my bitch love to do cocaine. What are you trying to do when you hear that? You're not trying to study. You're not trying to say, well, should I go to Yale or Harvard?
That was such an old man observation. I just want you to know.
Yeah, I just told you I'm an old ass nigga. What the fuck?
That's like calling the sky blue.
Right. Like, exactly. Exactly. So check this out. They're trying to get fucked up. What I realize is, though, white people really like to get fucked up. Why is this? It's because
they're boring.
They're bored. Now, it's really great to see cool, young, color-dreaded, light-skinned black dudes with teardrop tattoos and shit, fucking balling out, throwing money out on titties and asses and, waving Gucci flags and wearing Versace and shit. That looks cool. And it sells. It sells on TV. Sure, we know that. Black culture is American culture. All of the American culture. Any other proponent or component of it is a derivative of it, especially in music.
That's deep.
So I'm seeing all these white kids get fucked up, and I'm going, why is this happening? Oh, right, they're bored, they don't got shit to do, and they want to fantasize about living this crazy life. So you see people, yelling Versace, 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 but they're just in a bar in the middle of Michigan, not doing shit, right?
And Michigan's key because what the fuck is there to do in Michigan?
Join the Klan, join a militia. Work at an not working at an auto factory. They listen to all this music because they want to obliterate their minds from the fact of how boring their life is, right? It's like, I understood that their privilege is the fact that they're not struggling. As much as they could be struggling as a 19-year-old student, it's like, on the weekends, what else do we have to do than pretend like we're niggas? So they get fucked up.
No. They say the hard R. Niggers.
Oh, they're niggers. Sorry, they're niggers. And they like to get fucked up to fantasize their way out of, their sad life. Mind you, these are the same people who in 20 years are gonna have some fucked up kids and some stories about how fucked up they got. At least the ones that survive. Does that remind you of anything? Like an epidemic, right? Like a heroin or a crack epidemic? My theory is mumblecore music is the black people's crack cocaine to white people.
Okay, so my question is, what about, and I know nothing about drugs, because I'm clean. Isn't Trump going after the opioid epidemic because that's like what white people use mostly?
Trump is definitely, he called the opioid epidemic an epidemic and wants to help all these white people who have strung out on methamphetamines and opiates that their doctors gave them.
Who's coming up with this idea?
Who's coming up with the idea?
Meaning if it is a conspiracy to kill white people hocked up on methamphetamine trying to do black people shit, because that's what they see in the videos.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Even though, that's paid for and it's probably in a...
Yeah.
I mean, obviously people do that, but it's in a controlled environment in the videos and stuff like that. But whose idea was that? Like, do you think it's these artists' idea, or do you think it's some...
No, the artists don't give a shit. They're just trying to get paid. So
whose idea is this?
Well, it's the record company.
Well, and isn't the record company owned by
And
white
by the
people?
record company, I mean it's, Apple and Tidal.
Aren't those owned by white people? Didn't Jay share?
Yeah.
Sold his shares.
But those are the bi-coastal liberals who don't give a fuck about, the real America.
So it's a liberal. It's a white liberal conspiracy. It's literally white genocide.
Yeah, it's white on white crime, actually.
Concocted by...
to the highest degree, the highest order.
So my question is why?
Why? Well, we have to thin them out anyway. And by we, that was what the bi-coastal rich liberals would say.
So the bi-coastal rich liberals are trying to liquidate rich...
Poor white people.
Poor white people.
Yeah.
I'm just...
Where's the flaw, Rory? Where is the flaw? That's right. There's no flaws in this one. Man, they're trying... Listen, as hard as the government has tried to kill niggas from the beginning...
Can I interject? White people want to be a minority so fucking bad.
They do.
They do.
What's the tea?
She just dropped a truth bomb.
Is that what it is? Is that like they're trying to make white people a minority targeted by a war on drugs, lock them up into the prison system? We got to get rid of these colored people who are doing this music.
Anything that is an intoxicant that has an inebriating factor is targeted towards white people and is consumed by white people because they have the disposable income and they want to be fucked up.
And if
black people get fucked up because their life is fucked up. All right, white people get fucked up because it's Tuesday. Because it's Tuesday, nigga. Like they work 3 hours. They're like, let's do some fucking Irish car bombs at lunch.
Here's the other aspect of it. Now that I'm reflecting, I'm thinking. People like those white police officers who've been killing the black people. They don't even go to trial. The special jury, whatever it's called, is
they get paid vacation.
Yeah. Brockhampton, I think he was a swimmer who was
the rapist.
Right. He's I think now trying to get his sentence.
He's trying to appeal his sentence.
So there's no consequence for them now too. So they're just gonna die. Like, it's not even like they're going to prison or they're going to be slapped with a fine. It's just, they're going to die.
No, it's faster. Because on the way down, they, and some of them still survive, obviously.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if they can knock off, a bunch of folks, they'll do it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Everybody gets a turn, you know what I'm saying?
We still talking about white people?
Yeah.
I was just going to elaborate on my jewel I dropped,
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, preach, sister.
All right, yeah. So white people want to be a minority
Speak
so
up
bad.
in the mic. Speak up in the mic.
White people want to be a minority so bad is what I said. And I said it because after they pushed everyone out and made themselves the majority, they want to feel a part of the group. They feel left out. They monetized everything, and they're now bored within themselves. So now they want to be a minority so that they can have something to complain about.
So they can feel the struggle.
So to rebuttal Black Lives Matter is, no, we feel left out. We're the majority, even though, we pushed you guys out. Now it's all lives matter, right? They just want to be a part of the group because they're bored within themselves, but look what they did. They want so hard to be a minority for what? They want to struggle for what? But they really actually don't want to struggle. Like they still
They want to look
mommy
cool.
and daddy, you know?
They want that.
It's a trend to look like you're a part of the struggle.
They want to be ghetto in the gated community. By the way, to wrap up this episode, LaDon, what is the year of our Lord 2018 all about?
Checks and cheeks, motherfucker. Checks and cheeks.
X and cheeks.
Checks and
That is the
cheeks.
motto for 2018.
All right.
Those were our conspiracy theories for the new year.
Also, ghetto is nothing but creativity that hasn't been stolen yet.
Hey, that's what it is.
All right, that episode was brought to you by LaDon.
That's right.
Oh man, we're gonna get 5 episodes.
I mean, shit, man. You got to start somewhere. Don't worry, we'll clean this up. We can get them sponsors. You hear LegalZoom and Dollar Shave Club and all that shit soon.
Join us on Patreon.
That's when you know we made it, nigga. We made it. Hey, buy this extra shit.
Oh man.
That's all we're trying to do. But thank you for joining us for this first episode of Niggas Eatin. Again, I'm Temmie, and this is
Jack's left nut.
Jack's Left Nut. Joining me, filling in for Rory. We'll see y'all next time. Peace out.